In a world where distraction is the default setting, the power of thought is perhaps the most undervalued and overlooked superpower we possess. Think about it. From the moment we're born, life bombards us with stimulation. Whether it's flashing lights, catchy songs that stay in your head even when you don't want them there, or the endless videos on a screen, our ability to sit quietly and think has become rare. But it's not just adults who are affected. Recently, parents on TikTok have shared stories of their babies being addicted to shows like CoComelon. They talk about how their children, just months old, become overly stimulated to the point where normal life isn't exciting enough. When these screens are taken away, these babies experience withdrawal symptoms, crying uncontrollably, being irritable, and just not knowing how to cope. Let that sink in. We're talking about babies, children who haven't even learned to walk or talk. Their tiny minds are already being conditioned to seek constant entertainment, rather than engaging with the world around them or, more importantly, their own thoughts. One of the most influential books ever written is called Think and Grow Rich, not Scroll and Grow Rich. That title alone should tell you something. The ability to think deeply, reflect, and strategize is what sets successful people apart. But how often do we truly sit and think without some form of distraction? Social media, video games, and endless streaming services make it easy to spend hours passively consuming content. But rarely do they encourage us to pause, reflect, and actively engage our minds. Yes, entertainment has its place, but living in the real world requires more than just consuming. It requires creating, building, and most importantly, thinking. We're living in a time where being constantly entertained is not just normalized, it's expected. This overload of stimulation from a young age can make real life feel boring. When you're accustomed to the quick dopamine hits from TikTok, YouTube, or video games, the slower pace of life, working, studying, or simply sitting in silence, feels unbearable. And when you think about it, it's not just kids. Adults are just as guilty of this distraction addiction. We often reach for our phones the second we feel even a hint of boredom. We avoid silence as if it's something to fear. But what if the very thing we're running from, silence and solitude, is the key to unlocking our potential? Peace is a part of just enjoying the silence. Every moment doesn't have to be filled with sound or scrolling. Be present in the moment. Practice the deliberate act of focusing your attention on you. The silence allows you to see what you want out of life. This is powerful because it forces you to slow down, reflect, and actually think. Here's the truth. The world doesn't care about your need for constant stimulation. Bills don't get paid by scrolling through Instagram. Real success, financial, emotional, and personal, comes from taking control of your mind and thoughts. It's about being intentional with your time and energy. How to practice calm daily. 1. Start your day without your phone. Give yourself the first 10 minutes of your morning to think. Stretch, breathe, or journal. Anything but scrolling through social media. 2. Take a little mini break. Throughout your day, set aside 5 minutes to sit quietly and reflect. No phone, no distractions, just you and your thoughts. 3. Engage in one thing at a time. Multitasking scatters your thoughts and makes it harder to focus. Whether you're eating, working, or exercising, commit to being fully present. 4. Practice deep breathing. When you feel overwhelmed, take a moment to breathe slowly and deeply. This simple act brings your mind back to the present. 5. Limit your screen time. Set boundaries around social media. Use apps that monitor your usage and remind you to take breaks. 6. Reflect before bed. Instead of falling asleep to your phone, spend a few minutes reflecting on your day. What went well? What could you improve? This helps your mind wind down and gives you a sense of closure. Peace of mind isn't a trend, it's a necessity. It's easy to wish life was as entertaining as the internet, but real life doesn't come with an algorithm that serves up instant gratification. Life is complex, challenging, and at times downright boring. But that's okay. Real success comes from engaging with the world as it is, not as we wish it were. The noise will always be there. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, they're not going anywhere. But the one thing you can control is your own mind. You don't have to be constantly entertained. You don't have to be endlessly scrolling. You can choose to be present, intentional, and thoughtful. In a world that profits from your distraction, remember that the real power lies in your ability to think. Choose to think. Choose to focus. Choose to be thoughtful. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about earning a living, it's about earning a life worth living.